Hi guys, it's your boy gadgetMan 404 here, and just want to thank the few people, I can't remember your names guys, but the few people that pointed me into a direction that I wouldn't have thought of in trying to get my Express LRS EP1 Happy Model receiver to bind to my Jumper T-Lite radio. A lot of you guys were saying go to the model settings and turn it off. Well, I went into the Lewis script, part of the SD card in the radio, and that was already turned off. But there's one thing that I thought looked that I've never thought of before, and the mode switch was set to wide, and the light flashes green, and then as soon as I turned it to hybrid, the light went solid green and my drone armed. It turned off. When I had my battery connected to my drone, as in the drone guts, like the motors and everything, I took the propellers off and I went into the modes tab in Betaflight, or Betaflight, however you say it, and I turned the switches and the little yellow tabs moved, so when it was inactive to active. Now Joshua Bardwell has told me that the switch mode needs to be set to wide for the 3 position switches to work. Hybrid will only let the 1 position switch work, and he's the god when it comes to drones. But when I do it in hybrid mode and I flip all my switches, the tabs all move into the 3 positions. So like switch 3 and 4 is set to angle mode, is the first one with the switch flipped down. When I flip it up, it goes to horizon, so it goes from the middle bit of the slider to the end bit, and then when I flip it back, it moves back to the beginning, so it's like moving from each other. So that to me says that the mode switches are working. I haven't tested it out on the drone. What I need to do to get it to test to know if it works properly is I need to have a VTX so I can have my goggles on, and then I can see if the modes change. They're changing on the app, like the SpeedyBee app on your mobile phone with a USB lead plugged into the flight controller, but I don't know if that will do in reality. So that's the next job, is to put a wire VTX to my flight controller, and then put my goggles on and make sure that when I hit the switches, they are changing, because the arming definitely armed and turned off, but that's a 1 position switch. The other switches are all 3 position switches, and then the beeper is just, I've got 2 wires because the actual switch broke, and I've got the red and black wire, and I just touch them together. That makes contact like the switch going forward to touch something to arm it. So I do that, that makes it beep, and as I say, the tags move, all the tabs move when I hit the switches, and they didn't do that before because it was always reading that, it always come with an error message saying receiver not connected. Now I've flipped it to hybrid, and when I go into the SpeedyBee app, it's connected. It goes solid green, the receiver goes solid green. So if this is wrong, then how do I set it up? There's something like a switch menu that I need to do. If anyone can help me to set this up, then I would really appreciate it, because I'm on 3.2.1 on my RX and on my TX. I've got a Beta FPV TX, it's the Nano, the white one. I'm on 2.4, and it's a Happy Model EP1 2.4, and they're both running 3.2.1, because when you update to the latest updated Express LRS configurator, it won't let you use 1.0.0.0, which is what I first set mine up to work on. And now that isn't a menu. It starts at 2.5, but even if you choose 2.5, it tells you in the targets that you have to be on 3 or higher. So why put 2.5 there? There's no point at all. But that is what is happening. That is what's happened to me. And I managed to get it to work, sort of, but Joshua Bardwell is telling me that that is wrong and that will not work. So any help, guys? How can I get my switches to move to all 3 positions, but it doesn't work in wide? If I change it from wide to hybrid, it works. But as soon as I flip it back to wide, the green light on the receiver starts a slow pulse. It doesn't go rapid, so it doesn't go into Wi-Fi mode. And if I connect the battery, it says receiver connected. If I disconnect the battery, it says receiver disconnected. So they are sort of talking to each other. But if I hit the switches in wide, nothing happens. Hit the switches in hybrid and it works. Any help, guys? Thank you. I've been gadgetman 404. You guys have been awesome. As always, I'm at work as normal. I've got a 5-minute, 10-minute gap. I'm doing this video. Please, 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 comments below. How can I get my jumper T-Lite radio with a Beta FPV TX Nano white to bind to a Happy Model Express LRS 2.4 RX, and I'm running 3.2.1 on the whatever it is, and the bind phrase is right and blah 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 because it says success. Okay, cheers guys, bye, see you in the next one.